Hi, in this video we're going to give you some tips on how to build this bed. But before we get started, just a couple reminders. First, make sure to have a Phillips and a flathead screwdriver ready to go. Second, another person can be helpful in building this. And third, just make sure all the pieces are facing the right way and you'll do great. So with that in mind, let's get started. Remember, in these tips we won't cover every step, so just make sure you also follow the instructions and do all the steps in between. On step 2, we have pieces 1, 2, 3, and 4. And when you're attaching the legs to the headboard, you want to make sure that you have the foot side down and that you have these multiple hole sides facing the inside and the 3 hole side facing outwards. So you can just go ahead and line that up with the dowels. And once you have that lined up on the dowels, you can go ahead and put the bolt and the nut in. Now when you put in the nut, you want to make sure that you have the one line side facing up and that the hole is facing so that the screw can go into it. And then you want to make sure you use a flathead screwdriver to hold that in place. And you can make that just finger tight for now. And you can go ahead and put in the others. Then you can go ahead and tighten the bolts all the way. All right, once you have those all tight, you can move on to the next step. On step 4, when you're putting in the bolts, our tip is just to make sure that you only put the screws in part way. So you can go ahead and do that just finger tight a little bit. Make sure that there's a gap, and you can go ahead and put all the others in like that, and you'll be good to move on. On steps 5 through 9, when you're putting together the frame of the bed, it can be nice to have a friend to help you hold up the headboard while you're putting on the side pieces. When you're putting on the side pieces, you want to make sure that that hook goes behind the washer and the bolt. And then you can go ahead and put the next bolt in as well. Once you have both of those bolts in, you can go ahead and tighten them completely. Okay, once you have those all the way tight, you can go ahead and do the other 3 corners. All right, once you have all 4 corners attached, you're good to move on. We hope these tips were helpful for you in building your new bed. For more guides, tips, and tricks, go to walkeredison.com.